Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, in a special place, a telephone embrace, where I am now.
It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you'd like to see us live in WGPL 1350 studio, WMVA 88.9 FM studio, all you have to do is go to Everette's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton Facebook page, click and listen live. And if you want to hear us all over the world, go to 1400 AM, 1350 AM, and click and hear us all over the world. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful, hot day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors. Welcome our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace, 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM, WMVA 88.9 FM. Good morning to you.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Get yourself over there right now to YouTube. We need the numbers. You can go to FYI Radio Show host Yolanda Hinton or Crystal Records 1. That's CRISTO Records 1. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll promise we'll shout you out.
You promise?
I tell you what, go over there now and do it. And we will shout you out in a minute.
Shout out, yeah.
Oh, Mr. E, the weekend, how was yours?
Well, Miss Hinton, I had one of the greatest weekends in the world. I fried, died, and I laid to the side.
Oh, you just had a nice, relaxing weekend. No work?
No worky work. No worky work. You know, Miss Hinton, the rain got a hold of me. So, you know, I like the rain, but I did not do any worky work.
I'm glad it rained. I love the rain. We had a little rain, a little sunshine. Kind of humid on yesterday.
That's right.
But hey, we can expect today to be a hotter day, and then the next a hotter day. I tell you what, is summer, and what can we do?
And don't you know, Miss Hinton, that he'll make it all right?
He'll make it all right every time.
Like this? Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton new single, Make It All Right. Sold in every record store there is.
Records down.
All by yourself when the storm comes.
Gonna press you down. You can go to a place and he will come with you. I know he'll make it alright. Sometimes you gotta get away. Talk to the Lord. Tell him about all your problems. Tell him what is wrong. Then there's nobody else who will understand. I know he'll make it alright. So he'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. I know he'll make it alright. We go to a place where the Lord can come with you. I know he'll make it alright.
Well, that's Miss Yolanda, the lady Hinton. Make it all right. Wherever you can get those songs, wherever you buy your music from, go there and get it. That's the newest by Miss Yolanda, the lady Hinton.
Download it wherever music is sold. I tell you what, you can also get it from Crystal Records, and we'll give you information about that a little bit later.
Yeah.
So Mr. E had a wonderful weekend, little business, a little relaxation, and a little grandson over, and it was just really, really nice.
I see you cheesing real hard when you say that word grandson.
My grandson, of course. That's my baby. We went out and we enjoyed just being out and everything. I love when he's over. And it was a nice weekend.
Wonderful.
But I tell you what, Mr. E, this is our FYI Monday Sports Talk.
That's right, FYI WNBA Sports Talk on Monday with FYI Miss Yolanda, the lady Hinton, and Ed Everett.
All right, Mr. E, but I tell you what, you better do that sound again, because this is not just sports talk. We interrupt this broadcast to report on the weekend breaking news. We're going to get to sports talk in a minute, but Mr. E, beside having a wonderful, lovely weekend, personally, I tell you what, there's some stuff that went on that I'm telling you, I think the whole world is looking at, and I'm pretty appalled at what's been happening.
Tell our listening audience, what are you talking about? What went on? What went on, Miss Hinton?
Former President Donald Trump was wounded Saturday evening while speaking on stage
Donald Trump
at his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, in an incident that's being investigated as an assassination attempt from a shooter on a roof near the rally site. Trump was in the middle of delivering his rally speech, turned toward the right with his hands on his left lectern, when the sound of multiple gunshots suddenly rang out at approximately 6:15 p.m. Eastern Time. He said later on social media he was shot in the ear. While Trump remained on the ground, there was one last round of shots and loud screams from the crowd. About 45 seconds after the former president was shot, agents were heard on the rally microphone saying, "Shooters down."
Wow.
Mr. E,
wow.
I mean, this is the thing. I didn't even know what was going on. I was woke. Somebody woke me up and said, you need to check this out. This was something, I mean, it just came out of the blue. They had talked about this rally coming and everything. And all of a sudden it was, I think they said in the first 5 minutes, it just went to the left.
That's right. It went to the left, Miss Hinton. I began to look at it. It was shocking. And it was news just flying on NBC, ABC, interrupt the program for this breaking news about former President Donald Trump being shot.
Yes. The thing about it, Mr. E, not only was he shot, there was someone that died. A young man, we'll get his name for you all, and 2 others injured. And it was just a madhouse. It was a madhouse, Mr. E. Everybody sitting there. I guess they didn't know what was going on, or they did know, and I don't know. So many stories going out there, so many conspiracy theories. You can expect that, especially when you talk about social media, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But it is really, really a sad thing wherein people are, using violence to deal with their political views and things like that. Now, listen to this. This is not the first attempt with a lot of violence with political issues and stuff. January 6th was another thing that came forth out of a lot of violence. Let's just tell it
That's
like it
right. That's
is.
right.
And people died there. It was a travesty, and we're going to talk about President Biden because he actually spoke to the country a couple of times to try to tell folk, listen, it's time to get this mess toned down. You all are going too far. You on the left team, on the right team, and you can't get along. The whole world looking at us, and we sit up here playing and going too far with all this foolishness.
You know, Miss Hinton, when you talk about January the 6th, yes, all this foolishness took place, and it could have been eliminated. You know, when you talk also that what happened on the other day about 6:15 when former President Donald Trump was up there doing his speech. You know, they supposed to have that place really secure. You know, and about 200 yards from where he was, there was a shooter up there by the name of Crook. His name was Thomas Matthews Crook. Thomas Matthews Crook was the shooter that shot.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Thomas Matthew Crook was the shooter that shot at President Trump. They said, O'Donnell said this. He said, President Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania was a member of a local gun club.
This young man
at the rally was a member of a local gun club and worked as a dietary aide at a nursing facility. The shooter, identified by the FBI as Thomas Matthews Crook, 20 years old, of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. I'm so glad it wasn't Bethel, North Carolina, because you know I'm going to my family reunion down there. Was killed by at least one Secret Service sharpshooter, authorities said. Cormistor 50, a former chief of the Buffalo Townsmith Volunteer Fire Company, was identified as the sole victim fatally shot by Crook during the Saturday attempt in Butler. 2 other people was injured and are stable. You know, Ms. Hinton, the more we talk about this shooter, we find that there is some loose ends in all of that. They said the shooter used a semi-automatic weapon. 3 senior U.S. law enforcement officials said based on what was found at the scene, investigators are looking into whether the gun belongs to his father and had been purchased legally, according to the 2 senior law enforcement officers. He believed that he is believed to have fired 8 shots before he was taken down, said an official, cited preliminary findings. Multiple suspicious canisters or containers were found in the shooter's vehicle, but it was unclear whether they was functional or incentive or explosive device, 2 officers said. Crook family, in cooperation with the investigator, his motive remains unclear, said a senior law enforcer who was briefed on the matter.
No motive yet.
No motive why he did that. You know, as they begin to talk about that, he was a Republican also, but he gave $15 to the Democrats, the Democrats side. So, you know, it's some loose end to this whole story, and I might as well go ahead and cut to the chase. But what I don't understand is that here we had some of the Bethel, Pennsylvania finest police officers who one of the guys got on the roof where the shooter was and then fell down.
Security it belongs to the Secret Service. They do partner with the local police and everything, but it's their job to go before the former president and make sure everything is right on, spot on, and everything is covered. You know, as a matter of fact, Secret Service leadership is going to have to come before Congress and give an account for this incident here and how it was handled.
That's right.
But Mr. E, we're going to talk about that in a minute too, but let's get to social media. And Lord knows social media is going stark raving mad with some of the conspiracy theories, and I mean from from ketchup to it's fake. 80% of people on social media feel like it's fake news. They don't believe that former President Trump was injured. They don't believe that people didn't know that there were folk on the roof. I mean, they've got plays and skits and all kind of things on social media talking about this incident.
But when you look at it, Ms. Hinton, this is the thing that I foresee when I looked at it and I began to look and examine it real clear.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at that when there was people pointing at the shooter,
Mm-hmm.
And I heard this, that there was a police officer from that city, from that county, that got up on the roof and saw the shooter and fell down.
Allegedly.
That's what they said.
Because we haven't seen footage of that yet.
We haven't seen. All we saw was a body sitting up on the roof.
Well, and we did see that.
That's right. They showed a body sitting on the roof. That was after he was posing.
He was unalive, said.
But he was not alive.
That's
he was
right.
dead. Now here's the thing that gets me so much. There was people that was sitting in the audience just pointing at the shooter.
Well, yes, they were saying that. It was reported that people were saying there's someone on the roof with a gun. And I don't know what the problem was that no one reacted to this, what people were saying. They were saying it loud and clear. You have footage of folk talking about this person is on the roof with a gun.
That's right.
And this is why I believe Congress is saying, look, you all going to have to give an account, because the average person sat there and saw,
and pointed at him
and pointed and
before the shot,
before this incident. Why didn't the Secret Service respond? We want to say good morning to Crystal Hinton. Welcome home. Also, Mark Howard, thank you for joining us on today. And all you all that are on, thank you so much for joining us. If you want to respond in the chat, if you have any comments, you feel free to put it in the chat, or we can open the phone lines if you all have an opinion, or if you feel like this is real or fake news or whatever. I tell you, everybody got their opinion.
That's
Not only that, Mr. E, everybody is looking at every little teeny thing that happened, from looking in the audience, wondering why they didn't scramble, respond, or stampede like most people do.
Yeah.
They're looking at the bodies being pulled out and no medic, no ambulance, no, none of that coming. They're looking at the posture of the former president, why he did a photo op, they say, and all this, this stuff. Why did it happen? How come there was not more security? Social media is blowing up like crazy. And the majority of people, 80%, they say, think this is a fake.
Why the police that got up on the roof and saw the shooter didn't call it in? And why did he fall? They said he fell down when the shooter turned and pointed the gun at him. He falls off the roof. Well, there's no indication whatsoever, Ms. Hinton, where they put a ladder up on the roof to get up on there. I'm trying to figure out, how did the shooter get on the roof in the first place? Since there's no indication of a ladder being used, no rope being used. I'm trying to figure out, how did the shooter, this 20-year-old man, get up on the roof?
Yes, well, that's what we're talking about, this incident on Saturday, right, Mr. E?
That's right.
And how the former President Donald Trump they said that he was almost assassinated. It was an attempt assassination. And they're going to ask a lot of questions. Now, they're getting ready to have this convention today in Milwaukee. Yeah. He's supposed to announce the vice president. My question is, how is he going to act as, after this incident? Is it going to be more of Donald Trump, of how he is? We all do. Is going to be more of that, or is it going to be someone that is calling for unity and quietness of all this rebel rousing that's happening in politics? We're going to find out going forward. I heard they were allegedly want to try to divert it to the Democratic Party and all. See all this foolishness.
That's right.
That should be toned down and shouldn't have took place. And it's something that we're going to see going forward, if it will if it will tone down.
Listen, they said the Bethel Park skilled nurse, and he was a skilled nursing and rehabilitation where the shooter worked as a dietary aide. Said in a statement that his background check was clean and that he performed his job without any concern. We are shocked and saddened to learn of his involvement. Grime and the administrator at the center said in a statement Sunday. She said that the center is cooperating with the law enforcement and that it couldn't comment further. Bethel Park is the prominently white community, well-to-do city in the southern reach of Greater Pittsburgh. The site of the rally, Butler, is about an hour drive from Pittsburgh. Crook graduated from Bethel Park High School in 2022. He was amongst more than a dozen students who received National Math and Science International Stars Award that year. According to the story in Pittsburgh, his high school classmate, Jason Coves, 21, said Crook was a loner.
And he was bullied.
Who was bullied so much in high school. He would regularly wear a Hun outfit. And was made fun of for the way he dressed. Cole said he would sit alone at lunch. He was just an outcast. Cole said his honestly kind of sad, And then they said he was on the rifle team and couldn't hit the back of a bomb.
Couldn't hit a lick, they said. But all that stuff is going to be investigated, of course, about this young man. Right now, he doesn't have any kind of record of anything.
That's right.
And so they're going to have to come up with something, find out through his phones or through social media and friends and things like that, what could have been the motive. But people are also questioning if this is real
or not.
Listen to this. It says the agents prepared to move Trump off stage into his nearby SUV, but he told them to wait.
I got to put my shoes on.
Trump lifted his fist in the air, prompting a loud cheer from the crowd at the rally, and he mouthed the word fight 3 times while pumping his fist. The crowd that chanted USA as the former president was taken down the stairs by several agents and into his vehicle. One of the rally attendees were killed in the shooting, and 2 rally goers were critically injured, according to the Secret Service. All of the victims were male, according to the FBI. The shocking episode that threatened Trump's life raises grave questions about security and how the former president was shot at, with lawmakers already calling for an investigation and the Secret Service handling. So social media is now looking at every little aspect of this.
That's right.
They're wondering why it was a photo op. Why did Trump wait, say, wait, let's get shoes on and all this stuff. A lot of those that have been in Secret Service or have been in snipers or whatever, allegedly they are, was talking on social media about this protocol, how it was not followed, how things usually are.
Yeah.
Seconds to get someone that's being threatened to be assassinated is in that car, got out of there, going to the hospital thing. They say a lot of this stuff did not take place, and Trump told folk to wait. So they took pictures of them, and it was like, and then okay. So I'm gonna tell you one more thing that people are really amazed at, that the crowd is sitting there just like they looking at a movie on Netflix, and didn't go no. I mean, the people are really. And I'm not saying people weren't traumatized, shocked, or what, but I'm saying social media is looking at every little piece of this picture and wondering why did this? Why did Trump stop to give it? Why did he tell the folk to fight? Why did the police not respond? Why is social media going off the deep end? Why is the security not with? Everybody wants to know why, Miss Steve.
Miss Hinton, they still doing some investigation. They still looking at everything to make sure everything was A-okay. And, they doing it. They taking a white glove. They supposed to be taking a white glove and go through every aspect of it.
Yeah.
I think that I heard through the junction, through the Facebook pages and through TikTok and and to the rest of the social media page that there's a lot of people saying this was staged.
Oh, a lot of people are saying
that this is just something that made up out of a movie. Now, this morning I heard Ms. Hinton and that they said that they said through social media that Trump said that Biden was the one sent a hitter out there.
That ain't out. Well, Mr. E, that's what's out there.
That's social media. That's right.
That's social media. But let's get to the shooter. Okay, we already talked about who he was. But the young man that died, also, we want to just, pray for the family, those that are injured. This is a serious thing.
That's right.
Some of it may seem to be, odd or awkward or people are making fun of, but I'm telling you, this is a serious thing. We have seen in our lifetime president assassinated.
That's right.
We have seen, we have seen a lot of folks attempting, to,
John and Robert.
We have just seen so much, and this stuff is serious. That's why the temperature of all this foolishness that's going on and all this backwards and forth about who's right and who's wrong is ungodly, and this is the result of such foolishness that's going on in this country. It's time for us to stop this stuff, just like our president Biden is talking about. Calm down and do a little bit better. Let's do better. Let's stop storming capitals and killing folks and beating folks with hammers and shooting and attempting to shoot presidents and all. Let's stop this foolishness and let's just go along with the facts of what's happening, what the country needs, and how we can get our country on the right track.
President Joe Biden condemned the assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump at the rally on Saturday and said there is no place in America for political violence.
Yeah.
Biden said he tried to reach Trump, but he was with his doctor. It appeared he was doing well, he said. A White House official said that later Biden had spoke to Trump in Pennsylvania, the governor Shari and Dandu, the mayor of Butler, Pennsylvania, where the rally was held. No detail of the conversation was disclosed. Trump was rushed off stage after the gunshot rang out as he spoke to supporters at a rally near Pittsburgh. Appeared to have blood on his face.
Absolutely. So,
well, at least Biden spoke out to him. He reached out for him. He's the president.
Absolutely, he's the president of the United States. That's another thing. He is the president of the United States, and he has all due respect to him in his leadership. Like I said, the foolishness that's going on in the country is going to have to stop. There are people being killed, people dying for no reason, and it's getting out of hand. And so we encourage you all to continue to pray for the country. The Bible said, "Pray for our leaders that we may have peace." Right. Pray for leadership. Pray for those that are in the law enforcement, that they may make good, sound decisions. We're going to find out if there's any crookdom. Y'all just wait. Hold on. We're going to find out if there's any crookdom on board with this story. And I tell you what, let's not make up too much. The folks are just making all kind of ketchup and all kind.
I don't mean me laughing, but
I don't think the man put no ketchup on his ear.
They had, the way that they folks are saying it on social media, that he had a pack of what's that, Hunt tomato ketchup, and from McDonald's. When they shot down and shit, because he loved McDonald's Big Mac, Whopper with Big Mac. Yeah, he loved a Big Mac.
I tell you what, he's doing better. I heard he was on the golf course, and he's down there in but I tell you what, we're gonna be listening to see how he speaks.
He's in Milwaukee today.
See if he's still, got his mess with him, and we're gonna continue to, follow this story. We'll give you some more tea as we continue to look at all this and see what comes out. And look, don't y'all go on social media believing some of these lies.
That's right.
There's a whole bunch of lies on social media too.
Wait until the investigation.
Yeah. There you go, Mr. E. The investigation is going to go on, and we're going to see what happening.
Wait until the investigation and pray for the family. Pray
Absolutely.
pray
Somebody
for America.
died.
That's right.
Yes.
Pray for the family that was deceased, and also for the family that was wounded. In that shooting. Pray for the shooter's family. That they cooperate with him. They find all the details, and because he was a good guy. They said young man didn't have no problem whatsoever. So pray for him.
Pray for the former president, and pray that he will not egg on all this foolishness.
That he tell the truth and not make nothing up.
All right, then look, come on over here for a few minutes and find out about our upcoming shows. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton. I'm Everette, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on WPCE 1400, WGPL 1350, Peace 95.3, and WMVA 88.9 FM, and on all social media platforms. If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of the most talked about radio show in the world, give us a call at 757-714-7861, or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive@gmail.com. Don't forget to join us tonight from 6 until 7 on our FYI Radio Show After Dark. And you see some of our recurrent programs. We're looking to have you and leave your information and your name there. Hey, don't forget to have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Monday. Bye now.
Yes, Mr. E. Our leaders are responsible for the tone of our country, and we know goodness well that a lot of stuff has been egged on, and a lot of stuff has been put out there that has caused people to be mad, upset, and disturbed, and it's coming from leadership. We've got to do better. You're talking about leading the country and leading people and trying to make an impression on our young people, and we got leaders that just don't seem to really get it. Hopefully, this incident will let everybody see that it's time for us to tone it down. It's time for us to sit back, look at issues, and make sound decisions. You can do it without violence. You can do it without violence. But the thing about it, when you put in the atmosphere and you keep egging on elements of people that are either radical or they are mentally, or they just think they are martyrs, you can't conjure up these spirits from daggone hell and think they're not going to produce ungodliness and violence and stuff. It's time for folk to stop this foolishness. It's not going to get better if you don't want it to get better. If leaders don't start acting right, if they stop egging on the left and the right, if they stop covering up wrong and covering up what happened over here, and putting up with the evil that is conjured up out of hell, you're gonna have a mess on this earth. It's time to put a stop to it.
Miss Cynthia, and you're right about that. It's time to put a stop to it. It's time for us to stop doing all this grinning and skinning and thinking war is good, thinking that fight is the way to go. But fight is not the way to go at all. Thinking that we can match and do things the way that we're doing things, and find out that ain't the way to go. That ain't the way to go.
This country shouldn't be so radical, Mr. E, that the Republicans and Democrats are fighting so hard. There is the killing and why did it have to go that far? We're talking about issues of this country, and we got folk over here right and left, and it's just a mess. Just like the Capitol, nobody wants to talk about the violence that was conjured up through many. It was covered up, and then you got leaders that covered up the fact that this thing happened. And that's what I'm saying. When you cover up this wrong and continue to let this stuff go and go into the atmosphere and keep egging it on, what do you think will happen?
You think that he got a wake-up call yet? You think that this was a wake up call for him to let him know that he ain't all of that and a bag of chips, that he is not indispensable. He's not, that he can go down. Do you think for 1 second that he has got an alarm? His alarm went off and said, look, brother, you need to watch what you're doing. You can't go around beating people in the head with hammers. You can't go around saying that you can do whatever you want to do. Well, here's a shooter, and he might be deceased, and he might be deceased.
Violence. You can't encourage the KKK. You can't you can't encourage all this stuff that's going on. You can't encourage criminal behavior and say you can shoot somebody in New York and nothing's gonna happen. You can't encourage that. Why? Because you got an element of people that won't take it as a joke. They'll take it serious and they'll go out there and they do stuff just like you said, because it's in their mind. They say, oh, yeah, I'm a martyr, or I'm a fanatic, or you the Antichrist, and you this, and I got to take you. You got people that mind ain't 100.
And then you gonna give a signal.
And you
fight. Is that a signal that you gave? Or what thing. Was that?
We got to find out what that was. What was that?
What was
fight,
that?
Fight who?
What are you saying when you went down like that? What are you saying to the people? Fight. What does that mean? Are you giving signals? What does it mean when a serious matter like that, you can always get another pair of shoes? What do that mean when they trying to get you out as the president, take you to safety? You tell them to wait. You say, hold up, I got to put my shoes on. What? This is an emergency.
Maybe they were, we don't know. I tell you what, every little piece of this story is going to be under the microscope. Everything that was done by the former president's Secret Service, the young man, the audience, who was in the audience. Conspiracy theories talking about it was actors and all that stuff in the back of them waiting to get paid. That's why they didn't move. You got so many things, so many conspiracies, so many thoughts. But I tell you what, this thing is going to be picked apart. And let me say this, even though social media is going buck wild, they are questioning every little thing, and they want to know why. I think that's fine.
That's right. You should question everything.
I think you should question.
Because
yes.
folks want to know, was this staged? Was this real? Was this not? I wish I could have somebody keep their eyes on Crook. Thomas Matthews Crook. That's the shooter.
Oh.
I just want somebody to keep their eyes on him and see if he's going to. It doesn't make sense to me. If the police that was on the rooftop with him fell off the roof, why would he should have risked his life and become a hero and took him out right there. But no, he falls off the roof.
Well, see, Mr. E, this is the thing. When things happen, you just really don't know how people are going to respond. Just like the audience, why did they sit there? Were they in a state of shock? Did they know not to do? Did somebody tell them to sit there? Are they slow? Are they, So we don't know. We don't know what people would do in a situation. We don't know. So all we can do is look at that. They dissect it. How much is the news going to play into curving this story, making this story, or really conjuring up certain conspiracies? See, we got to watch everything. America, there's nothing wrong with you questioning every little thing that's going on, because we know there's a lot of crookedness going on, and we want to make sure that we are not hoodwinked.
That's right. That's right.
Hoodwinked in the process, not seeing stuff for what it is. It talks about in the scripture about the fooling the very elect, if possible. The elect, if it was possible, they would not have the discernment to see things. We have to ask for discernment, because I'm telling you, there are flies, people selling flies
and telling lies
and doing all kind of stuff. And sometimes you're not going to be able to know the lie from the truth.
That's right.
But the elect, God's elect, you all got to keep being connected to God so you can understand what's going on and not be fooled by those that are on high places that wish to deceive us.
Ms. Hinton, when I begin to look back in 1963, when President John F. Kennedy was shot, they had more details and follow-ups about what took place with President. They even trailed him as he went to the hospital. But the only thing they did to Trump was put him in the back of a truck and took him to the truck, and nobody trailed him to see if he went to Sinai Hospital or anything. Now, when you look at Ronald Reagan, one of the greatest actors you ever want to say,
Yes.
he was a Hollywood swinger. When he got shot by Hinckley, well, Hinckley is back on the street. Ronald Reagan, after years, Ronald Reagan. He went on, they took him and they followed him all the way to the hospital to make sure. Then turn around when Robert F. Kennedy got shot. They followed Robert F. Kennedy down to the hospital and they made sure that everything that they was all right. They went all the way. They went over to the where the shooter was. And then when Dr. Martin Luther King got shot, they were sitting there from where the gun was pointing at, up on the top, on the rooftop, on the steps where Dr. Martin Luther King was shot. Then they turn around when Abraham Lincoln was shot at Lincoln Theater. John Wilkes Booth, his box is still up there. I saw it for myself. So now, here we are looking at another shooting of a president. It could have been serious than what it is, so they say. Then they have, as sharp as these cameras are, I don't know if you saw that, they saw the bullet passed by. Some camera caught it as the bullet passed by. But when a bullet is traveling, it has to have a place to end. And it didn't end. Nobody know where the bullet went to. They know. Now, here's another thing you made so clear. There was injuries because they fell off the steps when they heard about the shooting. Now, the second thing, where was the man who died or the lady who died?
I know one.
And they sit up there just grinning, just smiling and grinning up there on the stage. I never seen so much foolishness
People
in
want to
my
know
life.
about that.
I mean, why would and then they had one man standing there looking like a clown. I never seen so many. And then I looked down there and saw a brother that was down there. He was skinning and grinning on the front row. I never seen so much laughter, so many people laughing as if it was staged.
Or sitting there.
And see,
we'll find out if they were in a state of shock. But go ahead.
There's a difference between black folks and because African, they wouldn't have never sat there. It would have been a stampede.
Well, some people are special, but we will talk about this again as the stories, as we cover breaking news. Lord have mercy on all of us. This is a mess. We hope it doesn't go any further than this. We hope our leaders get some sense, like Mr. E, and you're going to have a moment and see that all this stuff and foolishness is causing a lot of harm. Let's find out, Mr.
That's
E.
right.
We'll report on it, and look again, we'll come back with our Sports Talk Monday, and we're going to cover the WNBA, y'all, and give you more good news. And hopefully, all this stuff will begin to, that we're reporting, will repair itself. You all keep watching today, because at 2:00 p.m., the Republican convention is going to start. Let's see how they talk. Let's see if they keep egging this foolishness on. Let's find out if they've learned anything from this incident. They got their leader who is sitting up there, just almost got assassinated. Let's find out if they're going to keep egging on, or if they will egg on a lot of this ungodliness and ignorance. So listen, we're going to talk to you, Mr. E. We got some upcoming shows, summer fun. Of course, we're going to continue with summer fun and summer tips, safety tips. What's in your hat? What's under the hat?
October the 31st. Save the date.
We also have what's in your closet coming up. We're talking about women's
October
issues.
the 12th. I'm sorry.
October the 12th is our rally. Save the date, please. Anti-bullying rally, October the 12th, Virginia Beach Central Library. Please follow us on social media. Please like, share, comment on our pages. You can also be a sponsor, intern, or special guest with FYI. Mr. E has that tea.
If you'd like to be a special guest, a sponsor, or intern, 3 ways you can do it. You can inbox us at Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton's Facebook page, or FYI's Facebook page. Or you can call us at 757-714-7861. That's 757-714-7861. Or you can email us at FYIRadiosHowLive at gmail.com. Again, that's FYIRadiosHowLive at gmail.com.
I tell you what, it's going to be a hot day. You all, thank God for the air conditioning.
Summer breeze.
But you all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see you back here on Wednesday. Don't forget to check us out on FY After Dark, our replay. And God bless you. Just enjoy yourself and pray.
Don't forget, I want to say good morning to Miss Sharon Gatlin. Thank you so much for tuning in to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world.
God bless you.
2 up, 2 down, yeah.